As tensions between Iran and the West peaked to critical levels, IDF Chief of Staff Eyal Zamir held highly secretive strategic talks focused on the Iranian threat during a covert U.S. visit. Israel deeply fears the U.S. might negotiate a narrow deal solely addressing the nuclear issue, conveniently leaving Iran's massive missile capabilities completely untouched. Publicly, President Trump has repeatedly stated his overriding goal is securing a comprehensive deal to permanently prevent Iran from ever acquiring nuclear weapons. However, U.S. negotiators also demand halting Iran's unchecked uranium enrichment activities alongside strict limits imposed on Iran's expansive missile program. Iran has categorically rejected any total ban on its sovereign right to uranium enrichment and flatly refuses to even discuss missile restrictions in talks. Tel Aviv believes crafty Tehran may dangle superficial nuclear compromises as bait but will fiercely resist conceding an inch on its prized missile arsenal. Israel's greatest existential concern remains that Trump may ultimately prioritize and focus exclusively on resolving the nuclear issue above all else. This flawed approach would effectively legitimize Iran's entire missile program, leaving advanced systems primed and ready to be unleashed directly against Israel. The escalating U.S. military buildup across the Persian Gulf strongly indicates Trump is strategically buying precious time for back-channel diplomacy, experts analyze. Trump's carefully worded public statements deliberately project ambiguity, threatening overwhelming force while insisting he genuinely prefers a negotiated deal. Israeli military officers soberly assess that any U.S. strike on Iranian nuclear sites would inevitably trigger ferocious Iranian retaliation targeted straight at Israel. However, Israeli officials urgently warned their U.S. counterparts that completely refraining from military action would be disastrously perceived as crippling weakness. This comes amid a stark report warning the U.S. urgently needs far more robust defense systems deployed throughout the Middle East to counter Iran effectively. The alarming development was first reported by the Wall Street Journal, as highlighted by Iran International coverage on February 1st for global audiences. The Wall Street Journal cited anonymous U.S. officials revealing that additional arms are desperately needed to shield Israel, key Arab allies, and vulnerable U.S. bases. The Trump administration expresses deep concern over Iran's massive drone swarms and precision missile retaliation capabilities, according to the Wall Street Journal detailed report. U.S. forces can execute limited airstrikes rapidly and surgically, but a larger operation would provoke a similarly devastating reaction from a cornered Iran, the report cautions. Nuclear-powered U.S. aircraft carriers, each escorted by 3 heavily armed destroyers, are already strategically placed in striking distance perilously near Iran, per reports. Despite President Trump's repeated and escalating threats of military action, Iran has remained brazenly defiant, openly daring and challenging the U.S. to actually go to war.